Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
At their own 24-yard line.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Throwing. Love. That's complete to Wicks. So 8 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 1 now.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 9 yards that time.
9 yards.
3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Off the play fake, Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now Love. That's taken in by Golden. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep it bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
Love. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
A 39-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. The first carry now. This is Williams. Yeah, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Micah Parsons
A loss of 4.
showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Love from the gun. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Love. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. In motion goes the tight end. To throw now. Here's Love. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Yeah, he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Love, they go play action now. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Touchdown, Packers! Romeo Doubs, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Shifts by him. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And the defense closes quickly there. They'll get maybe a yard to the 33-yard line.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Now Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Micah Parsons. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Packers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go safe, pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences, and that's him getting hit on the play, but able to dump it to his running back and gain some yardage. I liked everything about it, especially his ability to stay in the pocket and execute.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Love from the gun on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first two possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On fourth down, the Packers called on Daniel Whelan to punt. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. Yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Prescott to throw it. And it is caught. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Play action now. Prescott. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off the draw, here's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are out in the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he returns this to the 22. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
On play action. Love to throw. That's taken in by Kraft. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
This is going to be a corner route to their tight end, and I'll tell you what, it's man coverage, so that makes it hard for a linebacker to stay with him. And he's able to make the catch on the right side of the field and pick up the 1st down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Drop for a loss there on a nice effort by Osa Odighizuwa.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. 45 yards. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
Makes the score Packers 17, Cowboys 3.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's a 2nd and 8. To throw is Prescott. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Love now. That's to Golden. He's got it right side.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Play fake. Here's Love. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing. Love. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Now 2nd and 5. Prescott. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Play action this time with Love. That's complete to Wicks. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Off the play fake, Love. He gets that one complete to Wicks. So nothing doing there. And 3rd and 8 now. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That's complete to Dobbs. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. To throw now, here's Love. His pass caught at the 4. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll run here with Sims. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Jacobs is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Touchdown, Packers! Matthew Golden, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good. And a route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Out right, he finds Tolbert. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Throw left side complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Final play of the half. Prescott flush to his right. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart,
fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Now Prescott. Got an open man. It's Pickens. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
10 more yards.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run it again with Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
43 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves,
and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
They will run the draw with Jacobs.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
42-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
4 receivers on the field. It's 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
That now brings up a very interesting identical situation on 3rd down.
Yeah, people couldn't see us on camera, but I love how you motioned to me like, throw the ball. This is a great shot to take it. 2nd and short. Maybe take a big shot downfield. Instead, they ran it. Didn't work out for them very well. They should listen to you, partner.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 42. Love, they go play action now.
Short throw, he's got Kraft.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
In motion, the tight end. To pass, here's Jordan Love.
Short throw, he's got Kraft.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing, Prescott. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Prescott from the gun. He finds Pickens over the middle.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Now, this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. Running right through him. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 89 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It was Dante Fowler who got in there to bring him down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Love looking to throw it. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 8.
Counter play with Jacobs. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Love now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's Love.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so that you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Here's Prescott. That's into the hands of Tolbert. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Cowboys on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. Finds Pickens out right. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And his carries tonight, they're getting up there. So maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down.
Love will sneak it. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
For the Packer field goal, a 42-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Brendan McManus.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Prescott to throw this time. Fires a slant, completes it to Tolbert. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Packers' 46-yard line.
Second down and a yard.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he will have a Cowboys first down.
At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low risk, low reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a couple.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Prescott to throw it. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Second and 10.
Now Williams running left. Nifty move. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
68 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that. As soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Third and goal from the 6. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down to the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And they're going to get the 1st down here across the 15-yard line. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.